Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining our webinar. Just 1 second, I will get this thing ready. One second. Okay. Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to our webinar. My name is Vianney Hernandez. I'm a geologist, and I'm a technical support specialist for Promine. And well, today we're going to talk about our new project that is the app called Progeox app, and it was designed for the underground geological mapping. So first, I will tell you a little bit about Promine, about the company. And well, this company is a Canadian company, and it was established in 1993. It offers software services for the mining industry, focused on mine design, survey, and geology tools for underground mines. Our headquarters are in Quebec, and this is our webpage, promine.com. And well, this is our phone number and our fax. So we have many clients around the world, over 100 clients, and we have a strong presence in Canada, USA, Mexico, Peru, Chile, Colombia, Ecuador, Central America, and Africa. These are ones of our clients. And well, our mission is to help our customers be more efficient and more profitable in just a few clicks. And I will tell you about our main product, that is the mining software. And Promine is a software solution built by mining, survey, and geology experts. It is an extension of Autodesk AutoCAD software, providing additional functionality specifically oriented towards the mining industry. Our focus is the development of technology for underground mines, survey, as well as mining geology. So this is about our software. But one thing that is true also about our app is that it was built by mining, survey, and geology experts to be able to help you during your day in the mine. So now we're going to talk about our mine. I will tell you a little bit about it before we go to the demo, but well, of course, you will know more about it when we go to a demo. So the characteristics are that it works with Android, so it could be your phone or your tablet. And this is because you can, well, it was designed to be able to go to the mine and work from there with your data. So that's why it was developed like this way. And another characteristic is that it works with DXF files. And this is because almost all the mining and geology softwares use this format. So this way you can work with any drawing in DXF. So it is really helpful, this thing. And well, we have different ways, different options to map. So this is because we know that not everyone does it the same way. So you can continue doing what you were doing, but now with a tablet. And then we will see more benefits about why to work with a tablet in underground. And well, this software allows you to work in 3D. You will see that later. And it's really, really easy to use. So, well, first of all, because it's a tablet, so you know that you can just point to what you want. And instead of working in a computer, like it's easier to work in a tablet, of course, but also because the instructions are really clear. So you can also see this when we start our demo. And I will tell you about the benefits. It's not only the benefits about using this app, it's about like any app to start working with new technology in underground. It's always helpful. And well, one of the things that are going to change when you start working with an app in underground is that you don't need to use paper anymore. So you are going to do the same thing that you were doing in a piece of paper, but in your tablet. So, well, of course, it allows you to have all the information in one place and, well, of course, to protect this information. it is going to save time because now you don't have to take the information in underground and then go back to the office and digitize all this information. So the only thing that you have to do now is to work in your tablet, go back to your office, and from there connect your tablet and you will have the information right there. And it also saves money because the time that you were using working in your office to digitize all this information, you can focus on other things and you can, well, maybe you need less people for that, but the thing is that it's easier and it's faster. Of course, it's efficient and it's precise, and this is mainly because you are doing everything there. So there is no way that you forgot to annotate something or that you don't know what you annotate, like you don't understand what it says when you go back to your office. Since you are doing everything there, all the details are going to be taken from there. So that is one benefit about using apps in Underground. And well, as I told you before, we can export drawings in DXF. So this is an important thing because as I told you before, we have a mining software that is Promine, but it doesn't mean that if you're working with our app, that's the only place that you can work your drawings with. So since you can export your drawing in DXF, you can work in almost any other software. So, well, those are the benefits, and this is our app, but I will show you the actual app. So now we will start with that. 1 second. Okay, and I will look for the app, 1 second. And now I will show you our app. So I would go here. And right now we are working with an emulator. Of course, it was designed to work with a tablet. But we're working with an emulator, so you can see, so we can share with you this information. So now we just hide this, and this is our app called Progeox. I will click on that one. And this is our interface. So, well, first we have the home where you can see the latest files. And you can see some tutorials in case you want to see how something works. But as I told you, it's really easy. It tells you the instruction all the time. We have the account where you can put your serial number and the files where you will find, well, of course, all the files. These are only the latest ones. So we're going to open our drawing. And here I have one. Well, again, I will remind you that I'm working with an emulator, so it's a little bit more difficult because it was created for a tablet. So for example, moving, you would just touch your screen and move it. But this, since I'm working with a mouse, it's a little bit more difficult. It's a little bit less precise. So yeah, so you can take into account that. It's not because of the app, it's because I'm working with my computer. So first, I will show you our interface. And here we have the basic command. So I'm sure you have seen this before, to go back, to save. And well, these ones are really basic. And now we go to these 3 points where we can change the general things of our view. So for example, we can change the background. We can change, we can open our properties. And well, these are really basic things. And then in the left, 1 second, I will just go back to this view. In the left, we're going to see things that maybe you recognize if you have worked with AutoCAD. For example, layer, that it's going to be pretty much the same thing where you have the name of the layer, the color of the layer, you can turn it on, turn it off, and block it. We also have the properties, and that we have to select one object, and we will see the layer, the elevation, the information about this vertex, the coordinates, the length, and the angle. And well, we can also change, for example, the elevation, typing here and then clicking in the check mark. So another way to we have to organize our information. It's on not only layer. We also have the option to do it by groups. So how this works is that we're going to tell the program, and this is something important about it. You can customize almost everything. So of course you can introduce the lithologies that you are working with. You can introduce the grades that you're working with, the type of structures you have in your mind. And this is a way to organize, because whenever we insert a lithology, it's going to appear in this group. So you don't have to look in your layers. It will be organized in here. So of course we have to go to options and to change all the things to get this. But well, that's why we have this part of groups. And now we have, well, these ones that are also the main ones. That of course, this one is to move our drawing. And we have the one to rotate. So for example, in here, you can see that I have my vein, I have my drift, the 1200 drift. And we also have a face map with the report. So we also have the one to go to plan view, and we can delete. Now we have a line of another general things. So for example, the think about layer that I'm sure you have seen before in Promine, to see the list of our layers, to create a new layer, to remove it, and well, basic things. Then we have our sections where we will see our face maps, the list of our face maps in here. And we can see, we have different views in case you want to work with these ones. And well, I will go back to plan view. And we have the basic ones to insert a point, insert a line, insert a polyline, and insert a text. So now we're going to start with one of our things. So as you can see here, I have a vein, but I will show you how simple it is to insert a vein. So we will go to fill, and we will select draw a contour. And this list can be customized, so it can be whatever you want. We use it mainly for lithology and for the vein. So for example, I will insert a vein in here, and we will draw it in this side of our drift. And here we have our vein. So we are going to assign the color and how we want it to be filled. And well, now we're going to see the ways that we have of mapping. So the first one is with a ruler, for the ones that like this way of mapping. So we click in this one, and then it is going to ask us, well, now you can see the interface, how it tells you what to do in every step. So here it says that we're working with the ruler, and it asks us to select the first point. So we're going to select our point. That is a point that was measured. So we have the coordinates of this point, and we're going to select this point, and we will select the face of our drift. So we will go in here, and here we have our ruler. So if you don't like working with a ruler and you prefer working with a grid, we're going to insert a line in here with this direction. It is going to affect how it is created. So we're going to insert a grid from here. And we are going to say how big we want it to be. We can also set the elevation. Right now, everything is in elevation 0, but it could be any elevation. And you can select it from here and just touching one of our vertex with one elevation. So it's really easy. And as you can see here, it says grid complete data. So you know that you have to do this, even though it's, of course, you know you have to do this, but it tells you every instruction. So we're going to click in OK, and it asks us to select a line. So we select this line. We're going to click on the check mark. And here we have our grid. And as I told you, it is going to use the azimuth of our line. So these are the ways that you have when you want to map. You can use any of them. And well, I will now go to our main tools that are part of the geological mapping. And first we will create a face so you can see how easy it is. So we're going to select this one. And we're going to select the start point in this part of our drift. And it asks us in which direction we are looking. In this way, for example, now, yeah, it is this way. So I'm going to click in OK. And now we are going to set a name, or we can just generate a section name. We can change the width, the weight, and the elevation of our face map. And since we will be in the mine, we can just take a photo of the front, or we can. Well, right now I'm not underground, so I'm just going to select a photo, and I will select this one, for example. I will click in here, and now we click in OK. So this was taught because you will be right there, so you can just take a picture with your tablet. And now you are going to define in your tablet where the contacts are. So for example, we are going to say that there is one in here and there is another one in here. So now that we created our contacts, we can insert the lithology of these ones. So we will go back to geological mapping, and we're going to insert the rocks. As I tell you again, the instructions are always there. To select the grid contour, we will select it. And we have two options. One is objects on screen, that is going to consider every line, or this one to select which lines should be considered. So I'm just going to click on that one. And now we are going to assign the lithology. Let's say ore is this part. And we're going to say that silver is 30 grams per tonnage, and gold is 5 grams per tonnage. We're going to click in OK. And now we're going to insert a shale, for example, in this area. And we're going to say that that's it. And now we will say that silver is going to be 10 and gold is going to be 3. We click in OK. And lastly, we will select, let's say, waste. And we're going to select 1 point, and we click in the check mark. We will select silver for, let's say, 5, and gold, nothing. We click in OK. And now that we are done, we can just click in cancel. And here we have our face map with the lithologies. As I told you, you can change the colors of your lithologies in the options. And now what we are going to do with this is to insert a report. Well, you also have the option to have the text of the grades. So it could say silver 20 and gold 3. So well, in this case we don't have that, but I'm going to insert our report. So we're going to tell it that we're working in the 1200 level. And now we have to select the grades that we are working with. So right now I inserted the silver and gold grades. So I'm going to select those ones. We click in OK. And now we're going to tell the program what is what. So for example, we're going to say that ore is this part. Okay. Waste is this part. And then we will say that shale is this part. We are done with our lithology, so we are just going to click in OK. And it asks us to insert the report table. So we are going to pick a place to insert our report. So I'm going to say insert it in here. And this is the content that we will get from that. So we have the lithologies, and we will get the grades of any of them. So for example, we have in here the ore 30 grams and gold 5 grams. We also have the area, and we have the tonnage. Right now it takes this form because as you can see in my drawing, it is a 2D one. But if you have a 3D one, a 3 drift, and you you create a face, it is going to take those dimensions in that form. So right now it is doing that because it is 2D. So, just for you to know that it depends on the information that you have, how it is going to look like. So now I'm just going to show you that we can see it in here. And I will go to back. And now we're going to insert some structures. As I told you before, we can work with the structures. And I will go with new structure. And it is going to ask us to select our first point. We will select this one. And we will select the next point. So we can select more points because, for example, we could insert our structure of a vein. So we can draw our vein and select a dip of our structure. So that could be also a structure. Right now, I'm going to insert faults to be able to create a wedge. But as I told you, it could be like any structure. That's why it asks us for more points. But I don't want more points, so I'm just going to click in the check mark. And then it asks us for a point in the polyline to insert our dip. So I will say here, and we can select the direction like this. So we say in the right or to the left. So the dip direction is going to be this one. And now we can say who made it. Well, right now you can put like fold 1, for example, F1, and you can set the angle from here, the elevation, and here you have a list of structures. These structures are the ones that I inserted in my options. But if you have other kind of structures, you can add them. I don't know, for example, a contact, and you will have this list. So almost all the lists that you will see in the app are because you customized them before. So that's because we want you to have the information that you have in your mind. So, we will select our fold, and we can also select the lithology that we have in this part. So in this list. So we're going to keep that one, and I'm going to select confirm and insert new. So we are going to insert another fold in here with the same direction, and I'm going to insert another one. And we're going to end this. So here we have our structures and are in elevation 0. And now I'm going to insert our wedge with the structures that we have in our drawing with create a wedge. We will select our lines, first line, second line, and third line. We click in the check mark. And now we have the option to keep the structures. So what it is going to do is it is going to create structures, like it is going to project our structures. And then from that, it will create our wedge. So we can select if we want or not to keep our structures. So I don't want to keep them to see how it looks like. And I'm going to click in OK. And here we have our wedge. And well, the most important thing about this is that we cannot just create our wedge. We can see the information of our wedge with this command. And here we will see the tonnage per meter, the height, who made it, and the data that was made. So, this is like the main things about our app. Of course, as you can see, we have many other options. You can know a little bit more about it in our next, for example, our free course. But if you have any questions, you can write in the chat. If you want me to try another command, if you want to see one of the functionalities again, please tell us, and we can do that. Okay, so I will wait a little bit. If you want to see something again, if you want to see another comment, please write on the chat and we will do it again. Okay, well, if you don't have any other question, then that's all for this webinar. Thank you for joining. And if you have any questions, if you want to know more about it, contact us at clientsupport@promine.com. And don't forget to follow us in our social media. We have a lot of content all the time. And well, you can learn from all that. So we have, we have a question from Michael, and it says, does this app internet connection? So we need the internet when we start our app, and then, it will work without connection. So just in the beginning, just to insert our license, for example, we need internet connection, but after that, you don't need internet when you're working underground. So, well, yeah, it doesn't after the serial number. After that, yeah, you can use it without internet. Of course, when you want to connect it to your computer in the office, well, you may want it, or if you want to update the app, but it's mainly without internet. And well, that's it. Well, if you thank you, Michael, for your question. And well, as I told you, thank you for joining our webinar. And follow us in our social media to see our content. We almost always have free content. So yep, thank you for joining and have a good day.